Everything we do here at James Project focuses on caring for vulnerable women and children because we believe that's the call that God has placed on every one of us as Christians.
Hey everyone, we are back with an episode of an update with Bryon for April. So, what's going on down there? We got a lot going on, or some.
Yeah. So we're kind of tired today. Yesterday we had our pickleball tournament, our second one, and like last year, it was a huge success. We had a lot of fun. It's just a great atmosphere. If you've ever been to one or haven't, you should go check one out. It's just fun. There's lots. Of course, we always add in, and a lot of people do this. Apparently, is you have a kind of a costume contest.
Oh wow!
Not everybody participates in that, but you see some interesting things to show up.
I bet.
Yeah, it was fun. But the best news is that we met the match through the tournament. Excuse me.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a
we're so
$25,000 match, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But we talked last time about having just ended the year with a match, having another one immediately, but it was not a problem. God is so good; He just provides.
Yeah, and He provides the people that want to do the match. So
Yeah,
that's
very
wonderful.
thankful.
Good. So, how many teams did you end up having yesterday?
We ended up with 36. It was a full tournament. That's the max we could do. So we have the option of renting extra courts, and we had to do that. But that's fine. It was good. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I'm glad. Those are the times I'm disappointed that I'm not more local, so I can't join. But
Yeah, we had, again, a lot of people just came to watch too. I mean, that's what makes it fun because it's packed, and you're kind of shoulder to shoulder in the facility we use. But there are other places I'm sure that are better than that. But yeah, people want to come out and support and see what's going on, and they get to hear a little bit about the James Project if they hadn't ever done that before.
Right. And you had some new people, right? People that
We did had a lot of new people. In fact, there were a lot of people that we didn't know, a lot of people that were first time exposure to the James Project. And that's the whole purpose. Really, I mean, yes, we're trying to raise money and all that, but to expose people to what God's doing at the James Project is more important. We had a lot of new people. So praise God for that.
That's wonderful. All right. And you've got a new hire, but it's more of an internal hire, right?
Yeah. So basically, there's always been two directors, I should say, on site in Guatemala. And when Tiffany and I were there, we had that, and then we had a general manager. So actually, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. There's always two directors and a general manager. Since having transitioned back to the States and going back and forth, it's been interrupted. So Harebear has been doing the job of the site coordinator or operations director, whichever you want to call him, and then the job of the general manager as well. And so now we're able to move. If you know Omar, has worked. He started out as a house dad. He left. He came back, and he's been working in our office in the accounting department, bookkeeping, that kind of thing. And anyway, he has business experience. He's been a manager of Pollo Campero down there. He's had 65 people under him. He was the perfect fit. So we raised him up into that general manager role where Harebear now can just be the operations director, which will relieve him of a lot of responsibility and give him a lot of help. I don't know why we didn't think about it sooner, because it's much needed.
Yeah, because it's definitely two jobs, two full jobs.
And Omar's just great. He's a great guy. He's a great brother. He's a great worker. He loves to work, and he loves the James Project. So perfect fit. Like I said, I don't know how we didn't see it before.
God's timing is best.
That's right.
All right. And you're having a lull down there, right? With teams at the moment?
Yeah. So we just came off what we kind of call a mini season of teams. I think we had 4, 5, 6 weeks, something like that. So now we're in a lull until I think the very last day of May, first day of June, when things start up again. Now I think we have 10 weeks of back-to-back teams.
Wow.
So it's going to be a very busy summer. We actually have some help coming. We have a young lady who's a Spanish teacher here in the Kansas City area. She's going to go down for a month and help out with teams, just being a warm body who can translate and relieve our team coordinator somewhat. And, with the hope that maybe she falls in love with missions and comes back full time at some point. But
Right?
anyway, it's going to be very busy. So yeah, we need the
Yeah.
extra help.
Yeah. That's good.
And another thing, because our beloved Victor is stepping down, because of his health and his family, he will no longer be our main go-to guy for teams. Doesn't mean he won't ever be there. Doesn't mean he won't lead, your team. But as far as being our week-to-week guy, it's too much for him and his family, and so they made the decision that he's going to step away, at least for a while. And this last team last week was his last. They said goodbye. The project said goodbye to him officially, but it's not forever. He'll still help.
Yeah.
So we are lots of transition in that area and teams. We are working and trying to fill holes and get the right people in place. And we appreciate everybody's patience in that. And it's going to look differently. And Victor will be very missed.
Yeah.
Know that, but he's got to do what he's got to do, and we certainly understand.
Yeah. His health has been a struggle for a
Right.
while now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's important. Yeah. All right. So lots of prayer requests for just the continued transitions down there with different people in different positions.
Yeah, it's changing a lot.
Yeah. It's interesting the different seasons that God brings us through with people when they come and go, and different roles that open up, and he's been faithful to bring people right along. So I'm believing that he's going to continue.
Yeah, that's definitely an area of prayer that we are asking for, because our school still we're short staffed there, and we need more people to fill positions there. It's just
It's tough. Yeah.
We need prayer. We need people. We need good people. We need the right people. We just don't want to hire anybody. I mean, we've got special kids to protect, and of course, being a person of faith is the most important thing. So we're not just hiring anybody to come in and teach just to fill a position. We want the right people, and we just have to be patient for God to send the right ones.
Because really, when you think about it, even the people that are, get a paycheck there, they're really missionaries, because that job is not a 9 to 5 in any position, the house parents to the office staff to all of it. It's the teachers. It's a labor of love that you have to feel called to do. So it's important.
Yeah, and that's the key word right there. If in the interview process somebody doesn't say that they feel called, then that's a red flag for us. We rarely hire people who don't mention that in the interview process. And not to say that we don't ever, but that's very important. And one thing I want to mention about the school is one of the reasons that it's hard to keep our teachers is because we're a little different. We operate our school differently. I guess throughout the whole country, teachers only work half days. So in the mornings, it's always the elementary age through 6th grade, and then the afternoon is 7th and up. And those teachers, they just come in for that half day. We require our teachers to work all day, which means in the morning, because our school is now just through 6th grade, they're teaching in the classroom, and in the afternoons, it's enrichment time, it's tutoring time, it's getting kids caught up who are behind. And so, and we pay fair wages, but if another school, a government school especially, comes in or offers them a job where they can make the same or a little more and only work half a day, that's why they leave. So makes you wonder, were they really called, when they came in or not? It's one of those balances, we understand.
Yeah. It's so tough because the government has more resources to pull them away from you. It's unfortunate.
Which is ironic, though, that the government doesn't give us a dime for anything that we do.
Yeah, you're definitely not subsidized by the government.
We get nothing.
Yeah, that's too bad. Well, hopefully, God is preparing some great teachers to come in and support all that you're doing there.
Yeah, and bless the hearts of those that are there now, because they're having to do double classes. They're double, combining grade levels, and they're working harder than they, should have to. But again, they're people of faith, and they're pushing through. And we
That's great.
appreciate them a lot.
Yeah, so we'll be praying for them too. How's the Village of Hope going?
It's still coming along. I'm anxious to get down there this week and go visit and see what progress is made since the last time I was there. But one of the biggest issues is we're still waiting on getting electricity hooked up.
Mm-hmm.
So the way, kind of what's been holding us up is there's like, I don't know much about electricity, but my understanding is there's like a transformer box that's on somebody else's property that we need to go through. But that gentleman who owns that, we have to get his permission, or the energy company has to get permission from him. And he is in the States. And so trying to track him down where he is exactly, we're not sure, but trying to get an answer, contact him, get an answer, and then get all that.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Mm.
So hopefully that can be done soon. But we're thankful for the team that bought us a generator, so we can still continue working. It's just at a little bit slower pace than we want to.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't move anybody in, and we're not close to that anyway. But we'd like to have electricity in place, but so we can move, the ladies in, the families in when it's time.
Yeah. When God calls us to do things, it doesn't mean they're going to be easy, right?
Right. Yeah. His timing always.
Yep. And the challenges that come with that.
Yes.
We'll be in prayer for that.
Thank
Anything else? CNA, you're still waiting for.
Still waiting on the CNA approval, and I don't know if we've ever explained that well enough. It's not that we can't operate without the certification from them, but they are the organization that oversees all adoptions and all children's homes in the country. So to have that certification, it gives us a better reputation. Not that we have a bad one, nothing like that. It just puts us in good standing with them and with the courts and with some other organizations we work with. That's all.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a burden to have that over our heads, that we're waiting and waiting and waiting. Again, it's just waiting for them to say they're in agreement with everything that we're doing.
Right.
And everything we're doing is correct, which it is.
Right, because nothing you're doing has changed since the last time you were approved. But yeah, so all those challenges. Well, hopefully that will come through soon. Anything else that you've got this month? You're going down the 7th? No, not the 7th, the 10th.
Yes, we'll be going down, which is this coming Thursday in a couple of days, and I'll be there for a week or so. That's kind of been our schedule, going down once a month for to 7 to 10 days or more, and it's working. Someday it'll be longer and more frequently, but for now that's where God has us.
Yeah, because it's a lot to balance. You've got family living with you and responsibilities here in the States as well. So
yes,
it's a challenge. But
yes, and then as far as my notes go, I think that's all that I had to cover. It's been kind of just a normal routine stuff going on. Nothing, new, or I shouldn't say nothing, but not a lot new. Not a lot of, other than the norm.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we take for granted the norm. So that's
we're thankful for the norm.
Yeah. Great. All right. Well, thank you, Bryon. We'll talk again next month.
All right. Thank you, Cathy.
Thanks.